Hey, JMCF22. I just saw your thread, your post about wanting to build your first HTPC/NAS system, and I was looking at the parts you've put together, and I just have a couple of comments about the case or the components you're going to put into it. Mainly, I really discourage going with a HTPC and NAS system that does both together, and especially since you're going for a case like what was it, the Silverstone ML04B. And now you're probably wondering why I'm taking a video of this as opposed to just posting a comment, and the reason for that is because I have the ML03B right here. I'm in the middle of building it. And the only thing I want to advise you is that I've looked at your case, the ML04B, compared to my case, the ML03B, and there is nothing I can find that's different. Granted, I haven't taken a look at the specs very thoroughly, but in terms of how everything is set up, it looks the exact same thing, and mine costed $20 less. So if you're really set on getting that case, the ML04B, you should just get the one I have for $20 less if you're really set on getting it. But again, like I said, if you want to go for a NAS and a HTPC together, it's not something I would advise unless, like you say in your post, you know you're not going to go past 4 terabytes. That's okay. But these are just some of the considerations you should take into account. I saw, and I made the same mistake you're about to make. That's why I wanted to make this video to advise you against it. A micro ATX motherboard is going to be a really tight fit in this case, depending on where your 24-pin power plug is on your motherboard. Because the way it works is that you have this hard drive mounting bracket that goes right there. I took it out because of the way I managed to put my SSD, one mechanical hard drive there and another mechanical hard drive there, and it's really a tough build if it's your first HTPC case. It's mine also, so I'm just sharing the experience. I won't need this, so that's gonna help a bit, clear up some room. What else did I want to say? Okay, yeah, so the micro ATX motherboard, I would discourage against it, mainly because if you go for an ITX motherboard, you're going to gain a lot more room. See how tight it is here? When you're putting in your hard drives, you have to put the SATA connectors and SATA power plugs into the hard drives before you actually, well, minus this one. And this one here, just take note, depending on the power supply that's here, you got to make sure that it's going to fit. Modular power supplies won't fit here because they have wires that are going to stick out and get in the way. And I noticed that I'm not even sure if you said you're going to use a optical drive. Yes, you said you were, which doesn't make sense since you have two 3.5-inch hard drives and one solid state drive. If that's what you're going for, then you're gonna have to put one mechanical hard drive down here where I have that one, your solid state there, and your mechanical that I have here, the third one, you're gonna have to put it on this bracket here that I took out, just like that. But if you're gonna opt for that micro ATX motherboard, it's gonna be a really tight fit, because just take a look here and try to envision it. This goes right there. Granted, it's gonna be a bit more snug and it's gonna be fastened, but look at where those ATX 24-pin plugs are. That is an insane fit for a micro ATX motherboard. And also, if you try to picture a mechanical hard drive on this bracket here, look how much wiggle room you have. Once it's installed, it's going to be about that high. So it's very difficult to get in there. That's why I ended up putting it under there. I have two fans that I'm going to put one here, 80mm fan, and another one right there to I haven't decided if I'm going to go for positive or negative airflow, but that's the idea. You can't put anything on this side because, as you can see, it's really, you got no room for anything, and besides, you can't mount it there. But those are the general things I want to advise against. I would swap out that motherboard just to make it a lot easier for you. If you do swap out your motherboard and you still get one that's powerful enough to run what you want to run for, I'm not sure what you said you're running, XBMC or something else, you can make the motherboard smaller and you could put your 2.5-inch mechanical hard drive there and that won't be a problem. And then you could still keep your optical drive. So that's the one thing you should do, just reduce the size of the motherboard, get an ITX motherboard. Also, you said you were going to buy a 120 gigabyte solid state drive. Now, let me just take a look at your components again. Where is it? Okay, yeah, storage, 120 gig solid state drive. Now this depends on, again, what you're planning on running on the HTPC, and whether you end up deciding to use it as a NAS as well, like I suggested at the beginning of the video. But generally, if you're going to be installing Windows, that's why I got a 60 gig right here, because that is more than enough to install Windows 8, which is what I'm going to install, plus XBMC. But 120 gig is a bit more than you need to spend, but granted, if you get a deal on it, go for it. But I don't think I have anything else to advise against. I see how I haven't finished building mine, but if I run into anything else, I will be sure to post about it. And good luck with the build. It's a tough case to build in, especially if you're going to stick with that micro ATX board. And you're going to have to remove this. You're going to have to remove this optical drive mount in order to screw in the hard drive that's at the bottom there. The way it works is you remove this, and then unless you have somebody to help you, the easiest way I found to do it is to just take your case and kind of hang it off the counter like that, so you can get under, and then you could screw from the bottom. Those yellow vibration dampeners are already going to be on the case, but there's some yellow ones here that come in the Ziploc bag when you buy the case. You're going to have to put those in yourself, because they don't put them for you, because they don't know if you're going to be using the optical drive tray for the optical drive or for a drive. And again, if you're keeping the optical drive in there, just don't put those rubber dampeners. But if you're not, and you're putting a hard drive, you got to put those in there. Anyways, it's a big mess to get all these 3 hard drives in the corner there. The one comment I have to say, and I mean, this might change because I haven't finished building it yet, but I don't like the way the fans are on this side as opposed to on the side of the hard drives. But we'll see how it goes, because I mean, I'm not using WD greens. I'm using, this is a Seagate 3 terabyte drive that I ripped out from an external enclosure, so they're both normal desktop drives. So I'll see how that goes. Hopefully it turns out well, and like I said again, if you have any questions, just post on my, have a thread started, and I'm using the same case as you know, I don't know what the discrepancy is between the ML04 and ML03, but just let me know and I'll be sure to help you out. Thanks for watching.